initially in the city, in Philadelphia, you mean? Or just in general?
In general, in the chapter, in the city, wherever, however you want to answer.
Well,
I think
initially,
I know what Nate's going to say, so I fully agree with him, because we don't talk about this.
initially I thought Philadelphia was a very segregated place. And I think a lot of initially BWNC's success was because of that. Because we were the alternative, to some degree, from going to the bars. There's people who wanted to meet people, but they didn't want to go to bars, or they didn't want to go to bars, so we had functions where we had alcohol, and that became our social functions. The bars in the city of Philadelphia have, to some degree, not been as overtly racist as they had been in the past. So they give the image of being accepting of other people. And I think to some degree it might be true that they are more accepting. To some degree it gives the image of being more accepting. And I think some black men and some white men feel that there's no problems there.
I think that they feel there isn't, but there really is the problem.
Well,
Or stuff that they don't confront.
let's face it too. You know, we have to always. We are born with our own eyes, and our eyes have to grow older. Sometimes we look at things through an old microscope, and sometimes we don't look at that. Sometimes young folks don't have a microscope at all, because they only base for the information that they just have, and they don't have enough background information, so they don't see a problem there. Or they don't see that when you're going out to a restaurant and who gets the check. They don't see those things. They don't see when there's 5 people in a bar at a counter, and you walked in first and probably would get served ahead of you. Or then 3 pieces of ID are needed in a bar. They don't see that. Or then they say, well, I don't go to bars. We just socialize. Well, and then they don't look at the why people are in relationships. Everybody doesn't have the same motivation to be in a relationship. So, young folks don't see those things. Initially, I don't think. Like I said, things in the city of Philadelphia have gotten better. And I think that's part of the BWNT. In some respects, MECT Philadelphia, refer back very easily. It's tough sometimes to tell people that there's some kind of problem because they don't see a problem. So they view the organization as a social thing. It's a tougher sell for political issues because they view it as a social thing. I think where we could get our strength and our outreach is to get our outreach outside of the gay community too, because there's issues out there. As someone said to me before, I deal with racism. My issue is not the bars. I don't have to go to a bar. Right. Be discriminated against. And a lot of times our issues were centered around bars.
Or the other issue is colorblind. And they quite say that thinking it's a compliment, and they don't realize they're negating the whole cultural aspect of that person they're talking to.
I did have one of our members say to us that I have a T-shirt, my love sees no color, something like that. And I said, but, I understand where you're coming from with that, but my love sees color and it recognizes it and enjoys it. Yours doesn't see it. The assumption is that they're all white people, all my love is white, and then I won't act like you're black. So, don't get me started.
We could go on for hours with it.
Well, you probably answered this already, but how has being a black man and being a white man affected your experiences in this organization? How do you feel it has? How have they been unique as a result of that, if they have?
Well, I thought you were going to take that. Okay. I found myself that I have to question motives of people. And sometimes I have to watch myself but not look for a motive. Like I said, whether it's checks being put down in front of you, and whether it's I find you very attractive tonight, blah 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 blah. Well, what's that about? What's that really about? Isn't that your early days organization of being a black man in the 80s, I was exotic, you know. And now I'm not exotic any longer. What's that about? You know, what's that about?
But I think that, you know, and as a white person coming to this convention, I always feel like, you know, a lot of our white members are like a pack of wolves jumping on the black members, especially a new one that's never been here before, and no respect to the person that they're with. If they're in a relationship or even in a friendship with that person, they just dive in and go for the juggler.
Well, I always said the same thing. If white men treat white men like that, and we know they do, Lord knows they're going to treat black men like that, because some people's perception of black men are even lower than that. So, but the, I even lost the question there. Sorry.
Well, how does being a black man, how do you feel that being a black man has affected your experiences in the organization?
Well, I really felt in the earlier days in the organization, and we've heard these complaints from John Bush, and he used to say, oh, these white men don't want to share power. They don't want to share power all the time like that. And I hadn't heard that for a long while. But I used to something they always say. But it always then that got me to look at the dynamic, what was going on, the question of why things are happening like that. So, but I think that we're more representative equally than we've ever been as black people in the organization, per se. I think white people are listen to us more. They can understand where we're coming from. And we would hope so, that white men in this organization would at least be halfway on the journey, and they are. I'd say that 99% are halfway on the journey there to understanding what's going on. But I also understand, I'm listening to white men. You know, so unfortunately, sometimes we black men want to say, okay, this is just the way we want it, okay? You know, we just want it this way. And we have to listen to, and I find myself that over the years I have to listen more and react a little less. You can take some of that, John.
I think I'd just like to say that you know, I went to a workshop one time. I don't remember what city it was in, but it dealt about being proud to be white, and I still have a little problem with that because basically I am very skeptical and untrusting of most white men until they kind of prove themselves. Because ultimately, some white men bond over putting a black man down. Like, oh, just between you and me, that's how Nate really is, but I'll use derogatory terms to describe Nate. And if they can't say these things to Nate or in Nate's presence, then they better not say them to me.
Right.
And so that's why I say that I'm very aware, very untrusting of white men until they prove themselves that they're at least on a learning level. Not that I'm there yet, but that they're somewhere on a journey to getting there as well as I might be on that same journey.
It's like I've heard friends of a friend say, "Oh, you're friends with that black guy? Oh, he can speak French. Oh, it's okay." And that was somehow that was his entree into the upper crust because he could speak French. You know, my question is why nobody thinks French is such a wonderful thing, but why can't Africa be just as wonderful and just as loving and just as French can be?
Let me ask you this. What do you think is this organization's greatest accomplishment?
Hold on, you can do that. I can tell you later.
I think having received the award from the CDC for the National Task Force on AIDS Prevention was one of them. And I guess the other thing that I'm most proud of is the Multiracial Multicultural Institute. And I'm proud of it because this organization is the only one that's doing it. And it's our biggest selling point because it's about who we are.
I will applaud and agree totally. That's our plus. The problem is that nobody knows we're here. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, we still don't know. Not enough people know us. And
Well, I think through this, we're getting there, especially through the creative change.
I guess I had after being in an environment where members were dropping left and right, and then growing from that, the issue of time is very important to you. Is very important to it should be very important to our membership.